A new argument has emerged in the eternal debate about the greatest player of all time. Apparently, during the game against Maccabi Haifa, Leo Messi, with all his football feats, has managed to break the seemingly eternal record of the king of football, Pelé. As you might have guessed, in today's episode we are gonna analyze whether La Pulga did the impossible once again and whether the Argentine can officially be considered the GOAT. Be sure to subscribe to our Inside Football project and let's get started. During the Champions League clash against Maccabi, which took place on October 25th, Lionel Messi slotted 2 goals and delivered 2 assists, making the total number of the Argentines' goal contributions throughout his entire career increased to 1,127. By comparison, Pelé has 1,126 contributive actions for his career. These numbers were published by the One Football portal. If we are to believe them, then Messi has actually become the most productive footballer in the history of the game. Naturally, when it comes to Pelé's stats, different sources can provide different numbers. After all, Pelé played so long ago, it was not that easy to check achievements back then. The icon of Brazilian football himself writes in his Instagram page that he has amassed a total of 1,283 goals. In fact, his version of the matter can be considered true. Pelé did score 1,283 goals, but 527 of them were registered in unofficial friendlies and exhibition matches. Various articles note Pelé having 756 or 757 goals in 812 official appearances. Things turn to an even more controversial side in terms of assists. Following the One Football piece, if we subtract 757 goals from the total, we get 369 assists. However, reliable data on assists is almost impossible to find online. We have checked several sources over the Brazilian's number of assists, and some of them give other, much lower results. Some confirm the number of 369 though. Let's pretend One Football took the highest possible figures and waited until Messi surpassed them so that no questions were raised afterwards. Ultimately, we can congratulate Messi with the title of football's most productive player ever with 99% certainty. Leave that 1% to the fog of history. In case you're wondering how Cristiano Ronaldo is doing, the Portuguese is not far behind mentioned top performers. At the time of the video's release, he has 1,048 career goal contributions, 79 fewer than Messi. By the way, in the same duel against Maccabi, Leo not only surpassed Pelé, but also became the oldest player to score 2 goals and provide 2 assists in a single Champions League game. He did so at 35 years of age. What a legend! This is not the first time Leo dethrones the Brazilian football legend's records. For example, in 2020, Messi surpassed Pelé in terms of the most goals scored for one club. Leo landed his 644th strike for Barcelona against Real Valladolid. We are to remind you that at some point, Pelé set the mentioned achievement while playing for Brazilian side Santos. When I began playing, I never thought I would break any record, much less the one I have surpassed today that belonged to Pelé. The Argentine commented on the occasion. Seems like Pelé himself was not at all upset by the record fall, congratulating Leo on his success. Like you, I know what it's like to have wearing the same shirt every day. Like you, I know that there is nothing better than the place we feel at home. Congratulations on your historic record, Lionel. But above all, congratulations on your beautiful career at Barcelona. Stories like ours of loving the same club for so long, unfortunately, will be increasingly rare in football. I admire you very much. Pelé wrote to Messi on Instagram. A year later, Messi became the top international goal scorer in South American history. He slotted 3 goals against Bolivia, bringing his tally to 79 goals for Albiceleste and outstripping Pelé, who had 77. Needless to say, Messi beat the record several times and currently has 90 goals for the national team. If we have discussed the total number of their contributive actions at the beginning of the video, then if we consider goals only, Messi also crushes Pelé, taking the top spot of the most productive South American in history. Moreover, he did it last year in the Champions League match against Brugge. It was the exact moment of him nailing his 758th shot and leaving the Brazilian behind. Given Messi performing and continuing to perform in a much more competitive environment than Pelé did, one can admit La Pulga completely thrashing his historical rival on an individual level. Despite that, the fact of World Cup triumph will always be speaking in favor for Pellé's side. Not one, but three of them at once. Subsequently, Pelé is the only footballer in history who won the World Cup 3 times. Leo, on the other hand, will have the last chance to win this trophy this year. An opinion is circulating that in reality, Pelé was not such a groundbreaking figure to claim the title of the best in history. For example, he tended to have weak opponents at the club level and strong teammates at Seleção squad. However, we want to cool down hot heads and give a word to those who watched Pelé's game live or even faced him in the duels. To play like Pelé is to play like God, 3-time Ballon d'Or winner Michel Platini noted. He is the most complete player I ever saw, says one of the best defenders in history, Franz Beckenbauer. The best player ever? Pelé. Messi and Cristiano are both great players with specific qualities, but Pelé was better, Real Madrid legend Alfredo Di Stefano believed. If you expect a global conclusion, then you will find none. For the simple reason that it's impossible to come to any conclusion here. We are talking about different eras and different levels of access to information. We have absolutely no idea how Messi would have performed in times when there were no perfect pitches, advanced medicine, and high-tech equipment. We also have no idea of how Pelé would have been performing in tough battles against European giants from different countries, how he would have coped with the modern intensity and number of fixtures, as well as the huge psychological pressure and media hysteria. When asked about the best footballer ever, Brazil's squad defender and longtime Leo Messi partner Dani Alves perfectly described the matter. I stay with Pelé for one reason: football has changed. Messi changed a generation. All those people who are more than football, I'm going to stay with them. And besides, I'm Brazilian. For me, Pelé should not enter into that debate. If you ask me who's the best player in history, I would say Messi. Pelé doesn't fit in there. In addition, reducing the selection of the GOAT title to only 2 players is at least a wrong strategy. Those fans who would want to put Diego Maradona or Cristiano Ronaldo on the throne will also be right in their own way. Cristiano is currently the best scorer in the history of football, and Maradona, unlike Messi, was able to win the World Cup for Argentina. Besides, don't forget guys like Johan Cruyff, Eusebio, Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo Nazario, Franz Beckenbauer, Nicolas Bentner, and many others. Alright, we'll put Lord Bentner there intentionally as a joke. Folks, write in the comments below who's your personal GOAT. Is it fair that the cohort of the best performers usually names only attackers who score a lot and doesn't include any defenders and goalkeepers? We are waiting for your topic-related thoughts. Unfortunately, on this note, we are to say goodbye. It was Inside Football. We watch football from a different angle. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.